Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, don't get into a spaceship with a madman. Didn't anyone ever teach you that? For this is a Fred the Alien Productions podcast.
Hello.
I forgot to lock the door.
I love that that's happened the second we start the pod. That's so funny. Kids.
We love them. You're muted.
And now we're moving.
And I'm back.
The podcast that refuses to behave, everyone. Cue the music.
Cute.
I don't know what we're yelling about! We came, we saw, we kicked its ass!
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine? Kind of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it some style?
Who is this? What's your operating number?
Boring conversation anyway.
Whoa, we're gonna have company! Loud noises!
Hello.
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 I'm a Kendall Richardson.
I'm a glassesless Fulya and
And I'm someone who replaced him with glasses. I got glasses. And I'm being attacked by little people. A Michael Lister.
Yes.
Okay.
That is my name.
That is his name, and he will wear it out. You are now experiencing a podcast called Fred.
Yes, experiencing it for the mediums of three of us.
Yay, Fulya's here. Yay.
I have returned.
She's back again.
Sans glasses. Now it's just two out of three. We're not the four-eyed trio anymore. So.
I am now the odd one out.
Hey. It's yep. Please be. You know, do it. Do what you got to do. Do what you want to do.
You do you.
I wish I didn't have to wear glasses, but I'm not. I'm too chicken to do what you did. So you know, that's my.
Fair enough.
Well,
that's my problem.
You don't want to.
Kudos to you.
You don't want to know what eyeball burnt smells like.
Moving on from that immediately. Weekly watchings. Fulya, you have not been with us for the last couple of weeks, and I know your site has kind of come and gone a little bit.
Yes.
Recently. Have you been able to watch much? And if you have, what have you been watching?
So post my surgery, obviously it did take a little bit of getting used to with the new vision and all that sort of stuff. So I did have to just at least take the day that I had the procedure to not be staring at screens too much. So I had to rest my eyes that day, but that didn't mean the following day I didn't get straight back to it. So it was all, back to the regular scheduled watchings as per usual. But I will say that I am speaking of the number of this episode, I am up to episode 390 in One Piece.
Whoa! And it's 390 on the podcast. What the odds? Whoa!
I know, right? Oh, man. It was fated. But yes, I am there. I have met a certain character that that had me mind blown and thinking, what the hell is even this character? Why do they exist? Well, for context,
should I take off my headphones so you can like quickly talk about who it is?
we haven't seen everyone's wanted posters yet. Have you? In the live action?
Like, do you mean to say like all the members of the Straw Hat crew? I'm not sure. Like,
we
obviously
No, they don't.
Luffy's had one. Does Zoro have one?
Zoro and Luffy have one, but all of them get one after
Eventually.
Water 7. That
I think so.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
Where they officially declare war on on the government.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes. Well, it has to do with Sanji's. He knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was an interesting experience.
Mistaken identity. The Bourne identity.
Honestly, did not even cross my mind that would have been a thing. And then when that episode happened, I was like, that is a hideous sight.
It gets better with that character.
Well, I haven't watched the episode 390 will be the next episode.
Yeah.
With
The
them
resolve
in it, so.
of these characters.
And I'm just like at that point of, why? But anyway, that's been fun. So I've been catching up on that. I have watched through a whole anime series called Bartender Glass of God. And this is what they call a seinen anime, which is more of a mature aged kind of anime. Not necessarily because of it has something to do with the content, but it's not necessarily because it's going to be really bad or dark or anything like that. It's just more about the conversations they have in this particular series, in that particular genre. And in this series, Bartender Glass of God, which is the one that I watched is a 2024 version, because this is a remake of a 2011 anime called Bartender, which I didn't know. So I ended up watching the remake rather than the original. And then I found out they also did a live action, which I'm trying to source, but I can't seem to find it because it's a short film. And I want to watch it, but I can't seem to find it. So I need to do a little bit more research on that one.
Yeah. Daily Motion and other sources.
But yeah, no, Bartender Glass of God is about a hotel that's a new hotel that is trying to find a bartender for their speakeasy, which is what they call their bars in Japan. And it's a very sort of a modern take of your bars that you might see in Japan. I think it's more westernized. And that's why they call them speakeasies. And these bartenders are trained with such like the highest class of customer service. Like it is top tier customer service to the point where they're reading their customers that are coming in, seeing what they're wearing, their body language, the way they're speaking, what they're saying, to then coming up with a cocktail or a drink for their customer that's going to ease them and make them feel better. Because most of the time customers are coming into these bars to have a drink because they've had a rough day or a rough week or whatever. And so most of the time when people go to a bar and they speak to a bartender, they're trying to, lift off some of their worries and stresses and all that sort of stuff. So, this is what this particular show's about. And essentially there's this one specific bartender that knows how to do that so well that the new hotel owner wants that bartender working in their hotel bar. And they have to do they keep coming back and forth to try and convince him. He's still saying no. And he has his reasons as well. But yeah, it's really good. It's a really cool show. It's 12 episodes, so it's a very short sort of a binge watch. So I managed to get through that pretty easily, and I really enjoyed it. It was really good. I liked it. And then moving into the season has begun. My happy place, MasterChef, has started.
It's that time of the year.
It's that time of the year again. I'm so happy. It started up last weekend. MasterChef is back, and I am already enjoying it so much. They only did 3 episodes for the first week. I'm hoping they'll go back to the 4-episode format that they usually do, starting today, but we shall see. But yeah, I'm very happy to say that MasterChef has returned, and I'm just, yeah. It's my happy place kind of comfort food show, because it's about food and cooking. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. But the last thing I want to mention is a Star Wars show that I've been meaning to watch for a while, and I finally got around to it. And that is Maul Shadow Lord.
So much more.
Oh my goodness. So dark and gritty, and just was not expecting where it was going. I liked it, and I'm so glad that I watched it. It's only 6 episodes, so it's actually a pretty short watch. And just love hearing what's his name again? Sam Witwer. Love hearing his voice as Maul. It's so good. We get to see some of these, new and interesting characters. Maul is looking for an apprentice. And it's really interesting to see where it all goes. So, and I believe, and I can probably 100% say that there is going to be a season 2 because of the way that it ended. So, bit of a cliffhanger of a finale, but yeah, there's definitely going to be a season 2 for this. So, looking forward to that. Yeah, Maul Shadow Lord, very good.
Okay, I have a question then.
Yes.
Just to interrupt for a second. Mike talked about it and was a bit lukewarm on it, but you seem to really like it. So should I watch it or should I give it a miss? I don't know. What's the consensus?
I mean, it is only 6 episodes, so it's not really going to take up too much of your time. And they're like 20-minute episodes. So.
I will preface that the season's not over just yet.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Okay, well, I've seen the first 6 episodes, and if that's the case.
There's 10, so there's another 2 weeks.
Oh, wow. So
right,
episode 6 must be good if it felt like a finale.
Honestly, I thought, considering that there's been 6 episodes, I was like, okay, it's been 6 episodes for a little bit. Maybe I should jump into it now.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was it.
But
they
the,
must have had a little break
the last 2 are actually on May the 4th, so
that
makes sense.
That
makes sense.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to the more episodes of Maul that will be out soon.
More.
So yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. So yeah, that means 10 episodes, 20-minute episodes. It's not too bad. It's like 2 hours.
Okay. Yeah. Easy watch.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Look, for me, it was just more the fact that the way that the story was going, it really did have me kind of feeling a bit on edge about certain characters. But I don't mind it. It's good. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've been watching.
Well, it is rated pretty highly on IMDb from what I can see. So yeah, hey, maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah,
maybe I'll give it a little look see. Thank you for sharing, Fulya. It's wonderful. Mike, what have you been watching this week?
Well, just to jump off the mall train, or well, that's a spoiler for the actual episode. Ha ha ha. Fulya knows what I'm talking about.
yes, I understand.
So yeah,
I understood that reference.
Yeah. I am still a bit lukewarm, but I probably won't pass judgment until the actual overall to see where the actual official story of this season is going. But yeah, it's actually it's just a nice little season that I'm actually I'm enjoying to have a bit of an entree to the week basically, so I can. So, and I just watch it. It's not egregious. It's just nice in a way. And I know vaguely where we are in this particular timeline. The art style is slightly different to your usual Clone Wars animation. Like the backgrounds are actually quite unique. That they've actually made them look more like painted. Like you can sort of see the brush strokes. It's kind of like the new Ninja Turtles movie, where it was more stylized with the backgrounds and the sort of wherewithal. And yeah, it looks very different to like the Bad Batch and all them. So I'm actually quite liking the art style of what it is, because it's different. It's more. It's the anti-hero hero journey into Dark World sort of thing, and all these new characters are kind of fun. I kind of like the Blade Runner sort of stylized sort of thing, especially when it's like a detective story as well. But we're also getting the bad guy side. Like there's this guy who's looking for more, and he's in the cartel, and this planet's like underbelly is sort of being broken up, and there's a vacuum, and yeah. So all in all, and it's got laser swords. It's got laser swords in it, and bring back the laser sword.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Laser swords.
Laser swords. So it is a bit of fun. But as I said, not going to pass judgment until May the 4th be with me. And it's it's not intentional that I'm actually wearing a Star Wars shirt. It was just lying around. I thought, yeah, I haven't worn that in an age, so I'll wear that. So that's me. Also jumping off the One Piece side, I'm still doing my 5 a day. It's great. It's so great. I'm only a little bit ahead. And it's coincidentally, you say you're up to 390. I'm exactly double that.
Oh my god.
760. So I'm a
That's
little
not
bit
exactly double.
Yeah,
That doesn't matter. No, it's not. That's
That's
not math.
that's not my math.
You'd
780.
780.
780. Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you said 380.
Exactly double minus 20.
Whatever. All right, the joke didn't land. So what?
It's fine.
What are you gonna do? Laser my eyes with your laser swords?
I mean, look, you can still claim it. It's pretty much close enough to double. So.
There you go. I don't have any glasses anymore, and I didn't need any surgery. I only do it because it's glary and blue tinted stuff. Anyway, finish Dressrosa arc. Going into the an arc that's called Whole Cake Island. Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
It's getting a lot weirder, and I kind of like it. and definitely cements the accusation that One Piece is basically the modern Odyssey, where it's just the story that keeps on going, and it's all these different sort of things. And where I am now, because I just did a mini what do you call it? A filler arc, where it involves like them going to an island, and then and nothing really changed, but it was nice nonetheless, and nothing too egregious. But now I'm getting into the what's called the zoo arc, Whole Cake Island saga. That I'm in that area, and this is quite bizarre. They're at an island, which is not really an island. It's something different. I'm thinking, how much can I spoil? There's a lot of animal people. There's a lot of anthropomorphic sort of people of this particular island, and it's only early days, and I'm sort of learning like what's happening on this island, like what's been going on, and it's sort of cool. And also, it's just I don't know why, but you know, I'm the things that I think of. There's a character who is a dog, and every time I see her, it's a female dog lady person, and I'm also thinking, and it is One Piece. It's like, why dog with boobs? Why dog had boobs? And the other question that just falls into my head: if not dog lady, why not 6 boobs? Because dogs have 6 nipples, so therefore 3 sets of boobs. And it doesn't help she's wearing a bikini top. And it's like, okay, get my furry on. Here we go. Everything's great. And it's also got what do you call it? Like the musketeers sort of thing happening as well. Like a lot of people with cutlasses and like the big flowing stuff.
Oh,
like,
okay. Yeah.
It's getting interesting, and so a lot to look forward to, Fulya, with this one. Yeah.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Yeah. A lot of mythology as well. Like.
Well, here's the problem with me.
Yeah.
I've started going to local TCG events, and I'm starting to learn to play the One Piece card game. And there's a lot of characters in there that I'm coming across that I'm like, I don't know these people.
It's like, but they look good.
They look cool, but I don't know them.
It's like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Doflamingo? That's weird.
So the game's kind of spoiled me on certain characters, but
yeah. And also
in context, I probably won't understand until I get to it. So.
Yeah, and also and of course, One Piece has come back from its hiatus. So that's the Alphaba, not Alphaba. That's Oz, but the island where all the giants are, where we sort of get.
Oh
introduced.
yes.
So. In the canon that's happening now, they're there now. So, okay. So I'm getting a lot of spoils for that because my algorithm hates me, and it's like, oh, you like One Piece? Here's the latest stuff. It's like, stop it! No,
I don't want it.
Stop it! I'm not there yet. Wait until June, okay? And I've done the calculations. Speaking of the calculations, a lot. Done that. Final episode of Invincible happened.
Yep.
That was amazing, of like just a build up to nothing, and I love it.
It was great.
It was great. Oh, I was going to leave this to last, and whatever. Yeah. Mark back from the Crusades, back from the war, and basically still shell shocked, and it's like, oh, they're still coming. Sure, their planet is gone. The Viltrumite planet is gone, but there's still of them out there. And where we left off was like, yeah, they're there now, and it's a very slowly ticking time bomb of them intermingling into the human race.
That was wild.
That was,
I love this show.
yeah. So good. So good. And yeah, can't wait for the rest of it and where it's going to go. I am tempted because I have the capabilities of actually reading ahead. I'm not sure if I'll do that. I think I like being surprised. So I'm just going to leave it at that. What else? The Boys.
Yeah.
I like this episode. Just a little detour off to a site that's not on the maps, and they're trying to find the One Piece, the
V1,
the V1, the one piece of the V1, and yeah, just
the V1 piece.
Yeah, the V1 piece, and I kind of like the fact that they're sort of they're sort of gearing up for the spin-off series as well with Soldier Boy, and like little hints of it's like, okay, this is the sort of thing that he's going to do with that, and that's kind of cool because there's a lot of character work with Soldier Boy as well, which I kind of like as well. Butcher can't be trusted, but we all know that. Yes, is that it? Yeah, we talk essentially the pit finishing up. I think that's it. I think
As with last week, I'll say it again. The double Ds.
The double Ds, yes. God, there's too much to watch on.
I know. There's so much happening.
And I love the fact that my double D dungeon master. Daredevil's back. Yeah. Wednesdays, those pesky Wednesdays where Invincible and fucking the Boys and Daredevil land on the same day, and everything gets mixed up in my head, and I have to be reminded.
It's a blender of superhero stuff.
Yep. A character is sadly passed away, and we see the aftermath of that. And I was scared for that doctor. It's like, no, don't go near him. No, don't go near him.
Dude.
You want a hug?
The room.
Here's a hug. It's like, ooh, snap.
Yeah.
And yeah, the reintroduction, I guess, of Jessica Jones. That's kind of cool. And her and they. I don't like the term, oh, they nerfed her. It's like, no, it's that her powers are sort of go away and come back. But yeah, I'm worried about that, of where that's going to go. And yeah, a little headcanon. It's not officially cemented, but Luke Cage
might be
Daddy.
Yeah.
Might be Daddy.
Might be Daddy.
Yeah. I mean,
some.
If you've seen Mallrats, have you seen Mallrats? About Superman's sperm?
Oh, yes. Of course.
Yeah. The only person.
Deadly sperm.
Yeah, the deadly sperm. Like shot out of a gun, that sort of thing. Yeah. What happens in that episode? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, New York gets further out of control.
Yeah, I kind of like the parallels of real life.
Yeah. There's a lot of parallels to real life, and and Karen gets caught at the end.
Yes, and she's dealing with sort of morality, as it were, when it's dealing with with Bullseye, and where that leads him. Mm-hmm. She's been dealing with, too much with Frank Castle. He's a bad influence.
Yeah. That's true.
He's a bad influence. Yeah, I love the sort of protests as well, and the projections on there. That's I've actually seen that sort of stuff. If you follow Led by Donkeys, it's a UK sort of a grassroots organization that sort of do like that sort of stuff on the side of buildings when it's dealing with some issues as well. So that's kind of cool. So I love life imitating art, and yeah, and we get a fight with Big Man and Double D. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was intense.
The sort of standoff is like, well, what is to be gained here? It's like we're sort of at a stalemate before they start fighting. It's like, you can't kill me, I can't kill you. Yeah.
It was so cool that they like talked about it first.
Yeah.
And then you kind of see where both of them are coming from, and you can see the fact that like if it was Karen that had been killed instead of Vanessa, for example, you know, Daredevil would be acting the same way, and then Wilson would be the one with the moral higher ground or whatever. Like these two men are two sides of the same coin. Like it's just really well written.
Like a proper hero villain dynamic should be.
Yes.
That's why.
Very much.
That's why people say, well, Fisk and Daredevil are like that. Batman and Joker are the same. Both sides, both coins. Yeah. Dance with the Devil in the Pale Moonlight. The Daredevil of the Pale Moonlight.
If you will.
As it were. Yeah. Karen and Twubble.
Karen and Twubble. No good.
Not good indeed. Where do we go from here?
Indeed.
What about you, Kendall? What about yeah? You. What about you? What do you do? What is it to do? I'm just stretching while you're coughing.
Yes.
Anyway,
yeah, thank you.
That's
I
all right.
appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yes. I love being sick. It's so much fun. Yeah. So I won't say too much about Daredevil because Mike's just covered it pretty well, and I, thinking the same. It's just great. It's really intense. It's ramping up. We've only got a couple episodes left, I think, until we hit the Punisher special that's coming out. So that's gonna be really cool.
And then Spider-Man.
And then Spider-Man.
I think Spider-Man's going to be part of that as well. Quasi sequel to this.
Yes, it's going to tie in. Yeah, and then I'm wondering why am I going blank on his name? I can see him. CIA dude, Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
His character's sort of, he was absent from the previous episode, and then he came back this one, and yeah. He's having some influence. Which is cool. Yeah. It's yeah, and then the stuff with fucking, I'm so good with names usually, and I'm just not. The fucking Gandolfini kid, the one who's that getting wrapped up in with BB, and like they nearly kissed, and then he's like, "No, you're the one who leaked my shit. Fuck you," and blah blah blah. It's all drama going on there. But yeah, it's very intense. It's a very intense show, but I like it a lot. It's really, really good. Yes, speaking of intense, Invincible. God, yeah, that was a great way to finish the season. Just to, it kind of just reminded me of like, I'm trying to think of what. There was a Marvel show that ended it on like not a big thing, and I can't remember which show it was. Anyway, like you have your big fight in episode 7, and then episode 8 is like your cool down, your calm down,
your wrap up.
Yeah. Absolutely horrifying to keep seeing people getting killed.
Yeah.
By Thrag. I didn't like that at all. And more to the point, I didn't like it because they pushed it a bit too far. I mean, the last one they showed, I was like, come on. You've lost me now because, like, now you're doing it too often.
With Eve.
No, I think the Eve one might have been the last one because I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. One of them made me go, I'm not invested in this because I know it's a fake out. The one that got me the most was his mum. When I saw that happen, and I was like, because they lingered on that for a long time, and I was just like, holy fuck, is it real? Is this what happens? And then no, it's all fake. But then, you know, the moment you see, you know, Mark realizes he's actually seeing Thrag, and Thrag's just he's just hovering in the air, not doing anything. Yeah, really good stuff. Really, really good stuff, and just ominous as hell. And I would have made the same decision Mark did, to be honest. I mean, yes, the Viltrumites should be wiped out, but at the cost of the lives of 7 billion people, I don't know. I don't know about that, and including everyone that Mark ever loves, you know, ever loved. So I think he made the right choice, to be honest. But yeah, you know, Alan's got the cure-all for Viltrumites now. And part of me just kind of went, I know why we didn't use it, but we should have used it, because now if it's gotten to a point where, like, Thetis is dead, so here you go. Have the Viltrumite death plague. I don't know. It's going to set up an interesting next season, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'm glad they kind of came back to Earth and they referenced our characters that are lost in the other dimension. And that harrowing scene with Cecil and his scientist trying to get back, bring them back, and then, you know, giant tentacle monster just starts killing people.
What is it with portals and tentacles?
It just looks great, I guess. I don't know. It's just the best. Yeah, it's just the best visual for death.
I mean, What If did the same thing.
Yeah.
Fucking was... What was that? Adventures of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man sort of did the same thing.
Yeah, they did.
Portals with tentacles. What was this Lovecraftian bullshit? Yeah, but fun nonetheless.
Yeah, tentacles are fun. The Boys. I watched The Boys. That's a show that definitely subscribes to that mentality. Tentacles. Are fun.
Tentacles.
Yeah.
Cancerous tentacles.
Tentacles. I really like the idea, and it really does feel like the end game now. If they're trying to make Homelander God, or like the second coming of Christ, like that really feels like that's where you take this guy.
Yeah.
You know, you actually make him God and create a religion around him. So that was wild. Yeah.
It's real life, Fulya. You know when Trump's on Easter posted a picture of himself as Jesus?
Mm-hmm.
It's that.
It's exactly that.
And picking fights with the Pope.
Yeah.
I did not see any of that. I think
That's
I'm better
fine.
off.
Yes.
Yeah, you are. Homelander is evil Superman and Trump combined into one beautiful character. It's just great. Yeah, so that's good. I'm glad that Annie came back as well at the end of the episode, but I'm really also glad we got that kind of side quest with her, and we get to meet her dad for the first time, and and that whole thing, and
it's what you do on a final season. You sort of wrap up some stuff.
Wrap up the loose ends. Yeah. I want to punch I want to punch her little brother though. That was
step brother.
Half brother.
Half brother.
Yeah, he sucked. And then it was really, really sad just to watch the boys, the team themselves, you know, fight each other, like, you know, have them overcome by the remnants of all of Vort's experimentation. And, you know, their anger kind of comes to the surface in really dangerous and irrational ways, and it was really frustrating to watch, but, like, not in a bad way. It was just like, oh my god, because, like, Frenchie was the only one not affected, and Ugh, yeah.
And a funny explanation.
Yeah, because he ruined his brain with drugs, so
Yeah.
it didn't affect him. He was
So
too
his brain's immune.
It was very funny.
And also the subtle jabs at The Last of Us as well.
Yes, that was also amusing. Yeah. No, didn't one of them said The Last of Us is like The Walking Dead with mushrooms or something?
Yeah, with shrooms.
Yeah, Walking Dead with shrooms. I mean, they're not entirely wrong.
No.
Yeah. No. So that was fun. Yes, so The Boys, great. Another TV show I watched, I binged in the last week, was season 2 of Beef. I can't remember if you guys watched season 1 of that or not.
I've only seen like the first episode.
Same.
Okay.
Same here.
Okay. All right.
It was enjoyable. It's just I didn't get back to it.
Yeah. I didn't enjoy it.
I mean, Fulya won't you? Well, if you didn't enjoy just episode 1, then you will not enjoy the rest of the show. So
It's the humor of it. It's too cringy for me. I didn't like it.
It's not even well. Okay, well I've got season 2.
Actually,
in
not
my
even
head.
cringy. It's crude.
There's some crude humor, but in season 2, there's not a lot of humor really. It's not really a comedy much in season 2. Like the characters do some stupid shit, and some of them are a bit dumb, and just some crazy stuff just happens to them. Like at one point, one of the characters played by Kaylee Spaney from Alien Romulus and Bad Times at El Royale. She's been in a bunch of stuff. She gets she's in the hospital, and she's got a ovarian cyst, and she's like, she thinks she's having torsion on her cyst, and it's really painful. And the doctor is trying to ask her, like, where's your pain on 1 to 10? And then she says that it's like a 9 or something, or it's like a 10 or whatever. Like she says it's like as high as fuck, and the doctor's like describing back to her, so this means this, and basically a 10 is like you would not be able to form a coherent thought. Like that's how much pain you would be in if it was 10. And then she was trying to say, okay, well I guess it's a 5 then or something. Like she just was trying to like find the pain number, and then they were like, no, it's not going to be a 5, it's going to be lower than that. And she's like, well, doesn't it work like on Letterboxd? Like you rate them, it's a 1 to 5 is your pain. So like, yeah, she was making this stupid comparison, and it just made me go, oh my god. I mean, she's doing an incredible performance, but I'm like, holy shit, this is the dumbest bitch ever. So that was fun. Oscar Isaac's in this season though, Fulya, just to bring that to your attention.
Who's
looking
he?
fine. Who's he? Poe Dameron, Moon Knight. You know, he was in...
It says the greatest line in Star Wars history. Somehow Palpatine returned.
He was interviewed about it last week.
I saw.
And said that it was a line from the reshoots, and then he basically just hinted at like, yeah, if the sigh I gave in that scene was genuine, because it was not good. Fucking hilarious. Didn't know that line was from a reshoot. That's so bad. Anyway, yes. Oscar Isaac's very good in this. He plays a bit of a dick. But like, you don't hate him. Like, he's not a smarmy asshole sort of thing, but he has a bit of an ego, and he's a manager of a country club, and he tries to just... He's a people pleaser that also wants to get his way, which is kind of an interesting juggling act that he has to do. Yeah. But he was good in it, and Carey Mulligan, of Doctor Who fame, plays his wife, and she got to keep her English accent, which I thought was awesome. And yeah, but they have a really bad relationship, and so it's like these two couples that are sort of, one has blackmailing type evidence on the other couple, and then there's this whole like thing with a Korean, this massive like Korean woman billionaire. She comes in and she takes over the country club, and they're also running a shady plastic surgery out of Seoul and someone dies, and it's like a whole thing. It's fucking bonkers. It's a bonkers show. And I enjoyed it, but I definitely like season 1 more. Even though season 1 ended really weird. I think I like season 1 more. Just in terms of the overall thing. But like, this was still fine. So if you like season 1, I say you can definitely watch this and enjoy it. And it's only 8 episodes, and some of those 8 episodes are only like half an hour long. So not every episode is like 40 plus minutes. It's some of them are shorter. So yeah, but yeah, that's on Netflix. If anyone wants to watch it.
Cool beans.
Just trying to get my coughs out so I can talk about, the one thing I really need to talk about on this podcast.
I've been waiting for this.
Yes, I'm sure everyone's waiting for this. So a little movie came out this week. It's just a teeny tiny movie, called Michael.
Yeah.
It's not made about the life of the one and only Michael Lister. But
Bradley Cooper plays me.
Bradley, yes, he does.
Honestly, he could.
Yeah, he really could. He could nail that.
And he doesn't need a fake nose. If you know, you
CGI
know.
If you knows, you knows. Yes, of course, I'm talking about the Michael Jackson biopic. I'm living in a surreal time. It is a surreal time to be a fan. I've seen it 3 times, just for a...
And I am not surprised.
No one's surprised. No one is shocked. No one's jaws are on the floor. Out? I saw it Wednesday, I saw it Thursday, and I saw it Friday. And
3 days in a row. Wow.
3 days in a row. And I was going to go yesterday.
No wonder you're sick.
Well, on that, my cough, because of the way they have the air cons running in the cinema, it was aggravating my cough. So, so I had 2 massive coughing fits, one on Thursday and one on Friday, and I'd barely been coughing at all. And then I got in the cinema and I just start some random turned to me and said, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yes, yes, I'm just dying. It's okay." So I decided not to go yesterday.
Out of health reasons.
Out of health reasons, and just because I felt so you can't hear the movie if someone's just fucking coughing up a lung. But anyway, that aside, I digress. Yeah, it's been surreal because it's like 2 of my favorite things colliding, like my love for movies and my love for Michael Jackson. Like sitting there in the cinema and watching the Universal Pictures logo come in, and then I start hearing, hee hee, and all that, his music starts playing, and I'm just like, how is this real? How is this a real life event that I'm experiencing? It was just crazy. Anyway, as for my thoughts on the film after having seen it 3 times, obviously I like it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone back. However, I will say it is not. It's not up to the standard I was hoping for. Just in terms of the story, because the story doesn't really go too deep into who he was. And to understand, you understand him a bit. I think the movie does a really good job, similar to the musical Fulya, of really trying to humanize him and put you, in his shoes a little bit. But yeah, I feel like I didn't really, as a fan, I didn't really learn much about him. And that's fine, because it's not made for me. This movie is made for the general viewing public. It is not made specifically for the fans, the big fans like myself. And that's fine. But yeah, I just wish the script had been a bit better, to be honest. That's my main critique, really. But other than that, I didn't really have a lot of nitpicks, to be honest. There's not a lot of, for me at least, there weren't a lot of discrepancies that bothered me in terms of because they kind of speed run through a few things, because there's so much they have to cram into, 130 minutes almost. So So just over 2 hours. They're cramming in a lot. We're starting from the Jackson 5. We're ending at the Bad Tour. This is like a part 1 biopic, basically. So there should be a sequel at some point. But yeah, so they kind of like have a bit of fun with where certain things take place within the same era. They kind of don't do everything chronologically exactly, and some people found that annoying, and I'm like, whatever. It doesn't, like, it's a movie. You got to like kind of fit things in your narrative sort of thing. And there's a few montages and stuff set to music. Like the soundtrack's great, of course, because it's all Michael Jackson 5 songs, which is good. But yeah, I just have to say that Jafar Jackson, who he's his real life nephew, he's Jermaine's son, played him, and by God, was I doing double takes. It was insane. Like, I don't want to get emotional again, because I got a little emotional on Wednesday when I saw it the first time. I was just like, he nailed the voice, he nailed his mannerisms, the dancing, he fucking crushed the dancing, like recreating Motown 25 move for move perfectly. And just like there's a sequence in the film where they go through sort of the making of Beat It and the conceptualization of Beat It, which was a really cool scene, like sequence of scenes. And they do the choreography, of course, and he's got the jacket and everything. And I'm like, it's fucking Michael. I'm watching Michael. I'm sorry. Like, he was just... And then, yeah, there was just so much of that, of just like, wow. He did his homework, he studied his uncle, and he fucking nailed it. Whether or not it translates into an Oscar nomination, I don't know. Just based on, you know, comparing other biopics of recent time. Obviously, Timothée Chalamet was transformative. Austin Butler, the same. Bloody Taron Egerton as Elton John, and everyone's been comparing this movie to Bohemian Rhapsody because it's produced by the same company. You know, Rami Malek famously won the Oscar, swept the award season that year. So yeah, who knows? I would be surprised if he didn't get at least a nomination, like at the Golden Globes or at the SAG Awards. Like, it's his first time acting, and it doesn't really show, I will say. Like, there wasn't a moment where I was like, oh, that delivery was weird, or that didn't sound right, or that didn't feel right. Like, he felt comfortable and natural in front of the camera, and he became the character he was playing. So, you know, that's the sign of a great actor, and he's expressed desires to continue his acting career now. And I'm sure he'll get a lot of offers after this. He made the movie for me. Yeah, and I think if he hadn't done a good job, then it wouldn't have been a good film, and he crushed it. I also just want to quickly shout out Giuliano Valdi, who plays young Michael in the movie. He is also fucking awesome, and also first-time actor. Both these guys just so good. And Coleman Domingo was awesome as Joe Jackson, his dad. He's the antagonist of the film, of course, and yeah, he was really good too. The whole cast is great. Everyone they cast to play certain figures, like the, you know, in the family or surrounding the family, they did a really good job. So yeah, I liked it. It's not perfect. You know, it's a by the numbers biopic, but it's a really entertaining movie. And if you like Michael Jackson even a little bit, you'll enjoy it. The music is great. The performances within the film are incredible. And yeah, it's definitely worth seeing on a big screen. If you can go to the cinema and see it, please do. Because it's just great for that.
Yeah, I look forward to watching it. I really do want to go see it.
Yes.
My wife wants to see it too.
Oh, good. Yes, take her to go see it, Mike. But go on.
A question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reference of Weird Al? Bearing in mind, this will hinge on if I will watch it or not.
So Sammy's going by herself. Sorry,
that is terrible because everyone knows Michael stole from Weird Al.
Yes, if you watch the Weird Al Yankovic biopic.
Yeah,
That's the truth, apparently.
that is the truth. That is the truth.
Yeah, no, there's a few things that they don't cover in the 80s. They don't mention We Are the World either.
Aw.
Yeah, no We Are the World. They kind of skip right over it. So, but that's okay. Yeah, no Weird Al. But hey, like where we find ourselves at the end of the film is like the bad tour. So there's still time for a fat reference somewhere in part 2, maybe. We'll see. Yeah. But anyway, it was great. It was great, and Fulya, I was thinking of hitting you up if you wanted a buddy to go see it with. So
What a terrible film.
we saw the musical together. So
There's no truth. There's no truth.
it's only fitting. Oh, there's no truth. Okay.
There's no truth to this film.
I would be
all
more than happy
lies.
to go with you.
It's all
Excellent.
lies.
Because now that I've seen it with like my fan community, I kind of want to see it with,
Excuse me?
the people, the people
Normies?
the normies, the people who I care about, outside of the Michael fandom,
The commoners.
So- the
Commoners.
commoners. Anyway, yes, don't listen to the reviews. The critics are getting it wrong. It's not as bad as people are saying. It's the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes is like insane, but yeah, it's definitely not like some
Yeah,
reviewers are
I was
giving
going to
it
say,
really low, and I'm like, mm-mm.
I've heard from another friend who's also seen Michael, and they've enjoyed it as well. So
Yeah, it's a fun
Yeah.
it's a fun film. Yeah. Whether or not you get out of it what you want to about Michael Jackson, like that's that's up to you, but yeah, it's a fun film.
No Weird Al,
Right.
no me.
No. Yes, your wife is going solo.
all right.
That'll probably be the way
Like,
anyway, because, we got children.
Yeah, you
We
can
usually
watch
tag
Force the
team
Kids.
in the cinemas.
Yes. All right. As much as I want to keep talking about that movie, and I could, it's getting to the point where I can start to remember dialogue. Let's get in to the week that was in the nerdy news.
This is the news, the nerdy news. The nerds that talk about the nerdy news. That is us who talk about the news that is nerdy. And now the queen of nerdydom, the hostess with mostest, Kendall Richardson. Take it away, Kendall.
It's nerdy news time. Okay, let's kick it off.
I will get a
It's,
soundboard so I can just go through and then you know.
It's okay. I was sort of doing that for comedic effect a little bit. Marvel news. We got Marvel news to start.
Marvelous.
It's marvelous. It's very marvelous because this is about X-Men 97. Hello. Only the greatest show of all time. Season 2, we are closer to finding out a release date because it has been announced as part of the upcoming Tribeca Film Festival's lineup in June. The festival's running, I think it's like the first week or so of June, and there's a word on the street that X-Men 97 Season 2 will have a premiere there on the 13th of June. And then people are, based on this, guessing that it will see its release onto Disney Plus shortly thereafter. No confirmation yet. Obviously, we don't have a trailer. This is less than 2 months away, so I imagine we'll get confirmation from Disney soon as to what the plan is. Regardless, it's coming, and I'm sure I can speak for everybody here. We're fucking hyped. We're ready. We're ready to go. Fucking just let it happen. Season 2. Fully, are you excited by this being so close now?
Hell yeah, I am. Oh my gosh. I've missed this show. It's been so
too.
long since the first season. I feel like I might need to do a rewatch, but I say that and then I never do it. So yeah, no, X-Men 97 season 2. I feel like it might be, if not end of June, probably start of July in terms of a release. That's my guess at least. And yeah, I'm so hyped. I want to, I hope they give us, I'm pretty sure they'll give us a recap at the start of the season so that we can, to remind us what happened in season 1. And yeah, I'm excited to see these characters again, although it's going to be hard not to be able to watch it without a certain other character that I like so much.
I know. See, that's part of me is why I don't want to rewatch season 1, because then I have to do Remember Me or Remember It. Sorry, Remember It all over again. I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. I mean, that is one of the best episodes of TV ever. But like, damn, I don't know if I want that pain again. You know?
Yeah. Same. But I'm excited. It's an animated show that I've been really enjoying. So yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, excellent. Glad to hear the hype is still here for you. Mike, what about you? Are you still very keen for this one? How are you feeling?
I am. And I might actually do a rewatch because it has been a long time since the first one. And yeah, I will watch the death, the destruction. And I think they missed an opportunity of calling it X-Men 98. And just keep on going until early 2000s.
That's a good point. I mean, they still could.
I mean,
they still could, I guess.
It will be a continuation because half of them have gone back in time and.
Oh yeah, true.
And forward in time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, they split. They split time. So
there's no 98 to be found, really.
Yeah.
So I guess. Yeah.
I think there are. I can't remember who, where the split is. I remember Jean and Scott have gone forward in time, and they meet the kid.
Yes, they meet their descendant.
Yeah.
Yes,
they've got a lot apparently,
and then the rest of them go and meet Apocalypse
in Egypt.
We're
going back in time. Time. Yes. Yeah, very excited. Can't wait for June. Because I'll be finished with One Piece and then I'll be watching other stuff that's on my list. I wonder what that could be.
Firefly.
Who said that? My evil demon going, what's the Firefly? What's it? There's only, was it 14 episodes or something?
I think it's 13.
13, 14. Oh, I'm not going to watch it then. Unlucky 13. If I watch it, I might get hurt.
Oh, Diddums.
Tear.
Cry. Tears. Well, speaking of tears and getting hurt, I shouldn't be too surprised about this next item in the news, but I'm still a bit pissed off by its announcement. But Prime Video have confirmed that they are not going to be moving forward with a third season of the Boys spin-off Gen V. I mean, given the way season 2 ended, it was a little like, how do we do another season at the school kind of thing? But you know, and then they kind of, you know, hinted at the characters that were going to show up in the last season of the Boys, which they will be. They haven't appeared yet, but they've been referenced. But yeah, I'm kind of annoyed that this is, because for me it kind of just feels like, why was this show just created to serve the main show? Like, why doesn't this show have its own identity outside of, you know, the show it came out of?
Coming from a Marvel fan?
I know. But like, they should have just said, instead of canceling the show, they should have just said, I mean, maybe they just didn't know what the plan was. I don't know. In that case, maybe Eric Kripke should have thought it better. I am not sure. But they could have just said, we're just going to do 2 seasons and it's going to back into the end of the Boys. But it really does kind of sound like that, hey, that's not what they were doing, because it does feel like the decision to end the Boys and now Gen V has kind of happened in the last, you know, 18 months sort of thing. And I guess it was hard with Gen V too, because, you know, one of their cast members sadly died in between seasons, and that was really tragic. And, you know, they had to rewrite a lot of season 2 just to work in his character's death instead of recasting, and then how that affects the overall story and stuff. So yeah, so it was tough, but I don't know. It's apparently, though, it's not going to be the last time we're going to see those characters, like apart from obviously what I've just said about, you know, some of them showing up in The Boys season 5. Eric Kripke and one of the other producers, Evan Goldberg, who obviously works with Seth Rogen a lot, who's also a producer on the show. The brief statement from them was basically just saying they wish they could keep the party going another season at Godolphin University, but they're committed to continuing the Gen V character stories in The Boys season 5 and in other VCU. They're calling it the Vought Cinematic Universe, which is funny. Projects on the horizon, and you'll see them again. So they'll be back in some form, I guess. But I don't know. I just feel like I was really jiving with this core crew, like this kind of band of superhero misfits a little bit. Like there's some really great actors in this show and really interesting storylines, and it was a really good like exploration and good world building of the Boys universe on the small screen. So I really enjoyed the show. Apparently one of the other reasons was that apparently viewership declined a little bit in season 2, which is a shame. But yeah. Oh well. Shit's gonna happen, I guess. This is the world we live in. Mike, how are you feeling about Gen V getting cancelled?
Tell you the truth, not that surprised. Because considering the main show is finishing up, and the big question is, where do you go from here? It's really depicting what happens at the end of this season and what happens with the world, really, in the show, not real life. Yeah, unforeseen circumstances happened in the second season, and I don't know where it would go from there. Yeah. Not surprised. Unhappy because it was a good show. I did enjoy the show every week, and just following these characters within the world, and as you said, it'll probably turn into something else. But who knows? We will get to find that out maybe at the end of Boys, and if they do stuff. Or the entire world just blows up. You know.
Yeah. Yes.
Go
I
out
could totally
with a bang.
see. Yeah, I could totally see a world where Homelander wins, but I don't know if they'll do it. But yeah.
Moral victory.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay. Next up, something a little bit better to talk about. Because we don't have to wait as long now to watch Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz back at it in the Mummy franchise, because The Mummy 4 has been moved up from its original release date. It is now going to come out on the 15th of October next year. So it's only like 18 months away now, as opposed to 2 years. So happy days indeed. Universal, who's distributing the movie, have done a few reshuffles of their upcoming slate. The other big one that got moved around was there's a Miami Vice movie that's happening apparently. It's called Miami Vice 85, and it's going to have Michael B. Jordan and Austin Butler in it, and it's going to be like a faithful adaptation of season 1, I think, of the show or something. I'm kind of down as long as they keep the original theme song, because the theme song is a banger, like 80s synth sort of type tune. And that's going to be directed by Joseph Kosinski as well, who's done Top Gun and the F1 movie. So that'll be cool. So that's being moved to the Mummy 4's original release date, which was the 19th of May, 2028. So yeah, this is awesome. I'm usually really annoyed about when they move shit around, because by Jolly, the COVID era was notorious for release dates swapping every single week. I think that was the main thing we talked about on the podcast.
Yeah.
During that time.
That was the worst thing that happened with COVID is movies being changed.
Movies getting. I know. It was just. I don't know how we survived. Oh God, priorities. Anyway, I'm excited that this is going to be happening a lot sooner than we thought. So that's something cool. Change your calendars, peeps. Fully, are you excited? We're going to get the Mummy for a whole 6 months earlier now.
Yay! I'm very excited. Recently just watched the movie that had Brendan Fraser in it. Rental Family was so good.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
And now I'm more excited to see more of him, and especially in the franchise where I fell in love with Brendan Fraser. So yeah, no, I'm very much looking forward to it. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with this. From what I have at least heard about, it's essentially just going to be him and Rachel Weisz, and then their family, so it's like their kids. And they go off and do their own little tomb reading and all that sort of stuff. But I think it might be the son. I think it's a son that goes off and does. Anyway, I don't know where I'm pulling all of this out of my head.
Well, they did have a son in one of the seasons. In one of the.
Was it number 3?
Yeah, I think so.
Number 3.
It's been ages since I've seen it.
Yeah, so that's probably where I'm getting it from. So I'm going to assume that the son continues on the legacy, and we just we get to keep up with them again. So it'll be fun.
Yes, it's going to be very fun. Very fun.
Yeah. I'm also kind of looking forward to the humor, because I'm wondering whether that humor will stick.
Cringy?
Compared to yeah.
But you said you don't like cringe.
I don't normally like cringy, but for whatever reason, The Mummy was great. The humor in The Mummy is so good.
It is hilarious. It is great. It holds up to this day. The movie's only 30 years old, and it's just as good as the first day I saw it all those years ago. Yeah, nice one. Mike, are you happy that this has had a move closer to our current time?
Yeah, I think maybe the decision of, hey, we're going to do another one, and it was people liked the idea. I suppose for legacy sequels, they probably say, oh, cool, we'll fast track it and get it done, so we get money. Yeah, cynical money. I want money. Yeah, so the son can grow up and be Nathan Drake from Uncharted, and that's all connected.
Yes, it's all connected.
Yeah, I can't really add too much. Can't wait. It will be a period piece, and I think, if memory serves, I did the calculations ages ago. I think this would be set in the 50s, because if it's 20 years after that, then it will be the 50s. So we're getting Crystal Skull again, but then again, maybe not. You paused. You muted yourself accidentally.
I went to unmute and I muted. Yes, we don't want a Crystal Skull experience again. So, yes. Okay. Excellent. I'm glad we're happy. This is good. We've got one more thing to talk about in the news. Some gaming sort of related news.
Some gammon.
So it was announced not too long ago that A24 of all companies is going to be adapting the video game Elden Ring into a feature film with the incredibly talented Alex Garland at the helm, which has me very interested and very excited to watch this. I don't really know much about Elden Ring. But yeah, I think where was I reading? I feel like I was reading something about. Yeah, it's based sort of on something that George R. R. Martin wrote as well. I believe that's the. Yeah, it says yeah. Reading the article I have. The Elden Ring movie is created under the guidance of From Software's Hidetaka Miyazaki and based on a mythological story written by George R. R. Martin. Nice. Yeah. So the cool thing about this and why I'm bringing it up in the news is because we have two things. One, we have a cast list and we have a release date. So it's going to be in cinemas on 3rd of March 2028. So just under 2 years from now, we'll finally get to see what this looks like on the big screen. Apparently, it's also going to be A24's highest budgeted movie that they've ever made. So that's kind of crazy. But good for them. Very big gamble for them. You know, they usually only make indies and horror films and weird shit. But here we are.
But we like the weird shit.
We do. We do like the weird shit. Okay, so we don't know who anybody's playing yet. They haven't said who's who, but some of the notable names in the cast: Kit Connor from Heartstopper, great Netflix series. Ben Whishaw, who's most known recently for his work as Q in the Daniel Craig Bond films. Kaylee Spaney, who I just mentioned being in Beef, she's also in this. Tom Burke, the Australian actor who was in Furiosa, he played the guy who like helped save her from Chris Hemsworth at one point, and they had like a romance. Sonoya Mizuno, she's really cool. She was in Ex Machina, and she's been in a bunch of stuff as well. Jonathan Pryce is a good cast. Game of Thrones, of course, another James Bond alumni, and The Crown. And then the other big name, or two big names. We've got Peter Serafinowicz is going to be in it.
Original Mole.
Yes, Original Mole. Big tick for him. And then, last but not least, the great Nick Offerman. So yeah. I love Fulya's like, who are all these people gonna be? I'm gonna cross you in a second for theories, but yeah, that's just some of the cast. Some really talented people in here. Yeah, I can't wait to see this movie come to fruition. I'm here for any kind of fantasy, medieval, mythological vibes. It sounds, the game was very successful, obviously, so I can't wait to see the story.
I mean, it won Game of the Year of its release, so
exactly,
makes
exactly
sense.
Right.
That doesn't mean anything.
That doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, especially when it's crossing media.
Yeah, I'm video game adaptations crap these days.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that the thing?
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's crap now.
Enough from
They're
me.
crap now.
It's crap. It's crap now. Enough from me, Fulya. Please, you are obviously a big gamer. And a streaming gamer. I think you said you dabbled in a little bit of Elden Ring once.
Just a little bit.
Tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit.
What is your insight into the casting, and are you excited to see the film?
I don't know. For me, to be honest, because Elden Ring is a Souls-like game. It's an RPG. It is very heavy on the find your own way around this world and fight the monsters kind of a thing. Not my style of gaming, to be honest. And I have tried it, although the way that I tried it was a bit strange because I was playing one character but with two players, so me plus one other person controlling one particular character. So it wasn't exactly the greatest experience, and we only played for about an hour, and it was for charity. So I don't really have too much experience with Elden Ring. However, I have seen a lot of people play this game. It does look very cool, and it looks like a lot of players had a lot of fun with this game as well. So I'm going to say that those players are going to be very excited for this Elden Ring adaptation. A lot of the video game adaptations lately have been very good from what I've seen so far. And I feel like if A24 is doing this, I feel like they're gonna do something interesting with it. So, in terms of the casting, my thinking sort of pose wasn't necessarily about what characters they're gonna be, but more so the fact, why is Nick Offerman in this one?
Hey, why not? He's a good actor.
I'm not quite sure, but that's the thing. Like, I don't even know what role he would even be playing because I've barely played the game myself. So, it'll be interesting to see, because the thing is, there's no dialogue in this game. The only dialogue you're getting are from the souls that you're collecting. And they're NPCs. You're not really getting dialogue or story, to be honest, when you're playing through this game, because it's all done. It's mostly about the music and the surrounding sound effects and all that sort of stuff, and the battles. It's all about the fights. So there's most likely going to be a lot of fight scenes in this particular movie. But look, I'm not going to turn around and say that I'm not going to watch it. I probably might go and see it, depending on depending on the trailer. So once we get a trailer and it looks interesting, I might actually go watch it. Whether or not it'll make me want to play the game, don't know. I have been very adamant with my community to say that I will not play Elden Ring because I am not a fan of Souls-like games or Soulsborne games. So, but who's to say? I don't know what the future holds. Who knows? We shall see. But it's really cool to see that we're getting more video game adaptations. And they're all different too. So it's not like your superhero movies and stuff like that are, what's going to happen, well, in a sense. But with a lot of the video games that have been out that have had movie adaptations, you're going to get something different from everyone. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this one goes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I really hope this is a continuing trend of quality, especially if it's A24. Like, that's the huge thing that really just has me so interested. It's just like, it's A24 taking on a big, like, budget Hollywood type film that only like Universal or Warner Brothers or, whatever would do. So it's going to be really interesting to see if they can, meet the blockbusters on their level, kind of,
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah. So I'm, very excited for this. But maybe when a trailer comes out fully, or if you feel so inclined.
Look, honestly, I feel like because of the nature, because it's all fantasy related, I feel like you would probably enjoy it mostly, Kendall. Just purely based on the fact that you're a big fan of fantasy as a genre.
Yeah,
this might actually be for you.
It will be dark fantasy.
Oh yeah, very dark.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like
in tone and in contrast.
Well, Alex Garland is really, really known for some dark, twisted storytelling. So So I think that sounds like that ticks all the boxes. Thank you for your thoughts, Fulya. Right, Mike, what are you thinking about this Elden Ring film? Does any of the cast excite you, or are you interested in watching this when it comes out?
I can't really add too much to tell you the truth. I've never played the Souls. I've never played Souls. I just know it's really hard, and people smash, and there's a lot of death.
Yes, lots and lots of death.
Yeah, I can't really handle that. It's like I like more narrative driven. The storytelling will probably be a bit interesting. I like some of the people that have been cast, especially Nick Offerman. I think, sure, he is the guy from Parks and Rec, but he is more versatile than that. I kind of like him as a more rounded actor, as it were.
Well, here's the thing. he's also been in another video game adaptation show.
Yes.
So,
Remind me?
The Last of Us.
Shit, yes. I had an absolute brain fart then.
Hey, it's fine. It's Sunday night. It's nearly 10 o'clock.
And I got work in the morning.
And
Getting up at
work is a
5
thing.
o'clock in the freaking morning. Anyway. Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good. All right, great. Fabulous. All right. Let's head on out then of the nerdy news and roll on up to the trailer park.
And a click.
Rolling up to the trailer park where we all park all the trailers. Yeah.
Oh, boom.
All right. Well, if this is not one of the most just anticipated trailers, hyped trailers, oh my god, it's happening trailers we've ever had on the pod, it's this one. And of course, I'm talking about the Coyote versus Acme trailer. Oh my god, you guys. It's here.
Finally.
It's finally happening. We're finally getting this movie. It's, oh my god. It felt so surreal watching it. I'm like, we were never supposed to see this.
This was lost media.
This was lost media. Yeah, fuck you, David Zaslav. Yeah. And now Ketchup Entertainment will reap the rewards because this movie is probably going to make some coin if it's as good as it looks. Because it looks great. It looks exactly like I think we all thought it was going to look. Just that perfect blend of Looney Tunes animation with the live action that we've seen done so many times over the years, obviously. But no, like, you know, done for a modern audience, it looks great, and yeah, I'm such a fan of Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. Like those shorts in like the original Merry Melodies, like those are probably my favorite. I love watching Wile E. Coyote fuck up consistently and constantly, and I love watching the Roadrunner just, you know, get away with a smile. And now it's, you know, now you kind of get to see it in a different light, and just, yeah, like I showed my partner the trailer and told him about the concept of the film, and he was like, yeah, I want to watch this. That sounds great. That sounds awesome. Like, it's such a cool idea. You know, we've been saying it for so long, and when it was cancelled, we were like, why the fuck would you, you know, why don't you want to take a risk on that? Like, there's not really much risk here. You've got John Cena, you've got Will Forte, yes, Will Forte.
Yeah, Forte.
Hello,
I'm Will Forte.
and you've got the fucking Looney Tunes lineup, you know, and I know obviously Warner Brothers don't really seem to care much about the Looney Tunes considering they nixed them from their streaming service, but whatever. Hey, they're here. This is a fun trailer. I'm looking forward to seeing John Cena as sort of the villain of the film. That's going to be fun. And then, yeah, Will Forte and Wile E. Coyote just trying to bring Acme down. And then all the cameos, of course, from all the different Looney Tunes was fun. I love that it's not just Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. It's like everybody. And, you know, we get obviously a little Bugs Bunny hint at the end of the trailer.
Who could it be?
Who could it be?
Who's this silhouette?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, so this is just makes me feel so happy for us as fans, and for, you know, the people who worked on this film, that, you know, whether that's the cast or the crew, like they're you know, the vision is finally going to get realized on the big screen, and it's just really exciting. And we've been following this film's story since the beginning, and it's just so exciting just to see we're almost there. So yeah, yay. All right, what did you guys think? Fulya, tell me your thoughts on Coyote versus Acme, the first trailer.
Oh my gosh, I was smiling from ear to ear. I was like, oh, it's finally gonna happen. We're getting it. Oh my gosh. And yeah, I was just super excited to see this trailer. It looks like it's going to be good fun, It's going to be taking place in a courtroom mostly. And yeah, I like you, Kendall. I am kind of looking forward to seeing John Cena be in a bit more of an antagonist role, in just to see what he can do. I'm sure he was probably having the time of his life, being able to play that kind of role. It seems like he was having fun. And I love that the whole idea, and they're bringing it back to what they did back in the day with like Space Jam, where it was like cartoons in a real world sort of scenario where they're interacting with live action humans. I kind of liked seeing Foghorn Leghorn with his club at John Cena and just like kind of threatening him in a way. it was good to see that, and kind of also towering over him too. He's such a big rooster.
Massive cock.
Anyway, yeah, no, it's going to be good fun. I think that's the main thing I'm really looking forward to, just to have a good laugh and feel a bit more nostalgic, just because I also grew up on Looney Tunes, and the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote little shorts were always the best ones to watch, because you just see their little skits, and one thing happens, Wile E. Coyote thinks, oh, I've got him this time, and then it doesn't work, and it's just pure chaos, and it's always hilarious. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Good. Yes, the chaos is definitely going to be present. That's for sure. Bonkers Looney Tunes things. Mike, I'm really excited to hear what you have to say about this one, because I know this was you were the one that brought this film to our attention. Yes. Originally. Yeah. So I'm sure you're feeling very excited. How are the thoughts with the trailer?
I'm indubitably judicated. I love it. I showed it to my boy, and he says, "This looks cool." And it's like, yes. Showed it to my wife. It's like, well, this looks cool. It's got John Cena and Will Forte. I introduced my wife to Will Forte with MacGruber. If you haven't seen that movie. Crazy film. Should watch it. It's really
yeah, it's been on my list for years. I've never got there.
Yeah. Fulya, sorry. Don't know what came out of my mouth, but Fulya, you probably won't click with it because it's very cringy, but it's not embarrassed cringe. It's more they play it straight, but it's crazy.
Okay.
So, here nor there. But it's got Val Kilmer in it, so there you go. As a bad guy. So, yeah, maybe. But back to this. I'm the same. I love me Looney Tunes ever since I was a kid, and still am to this day. And yeah, the Roadrunner Coyote ugly shorts are my favorite as well. It because it's basically silent films. It's going back to like the Buster Keaton sort of Charlie Chaplin sort of physical humor, but you can go even further of basically him getting maimed every time. So I love that fact, and just the premise of it being set as a courtroom drama. It sounds crazy to me, and yes, I do. I do love the I do like the sort of premise with the cartoons interacting. I can't speak today. Interacting with the real world, but this is a little bit different. I kind of like because sometimes if you do like 2D animation on like cells or anything like that, it's really hard to make them not look flat and not interaction. But they've sort of changed it to being a 3D model, but with a 2D animation skin. So they're sort of
Yeah.
both worlds sort of happening there, and they're making them a bit more fleshed out, and I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I'm happy that Ketchup Entertainment bought this, because they originally got The Day the Earth Blew Up, which is another one that was going to be sent to the scrap heap, but they said, "Oh, we'll take it," and it made moderate success with that, and because of that, they decided to go for the Coyote versus Acme, and I think because, well, this is probably going to be an online thing, but because a lot of people online know the history behind this, and they just want to make it succeed. I mean, I think it was for $30 million that the Warner Brothers was going to get the tax write-off for. I think the thing is they want it to make that and bank, and I'm not expecting it to be like $1 billion film, but I reckon because of the background and people are going to see it, and it will be a good introduction for the Warner Brothers as well, for the cartoons as well, and having like little cameos from the canon. I think this is probably going to be a pretty big success when it comes to it, and it will just show us, like, yes, we want to watch more Looney Tunes, like, done right and done differently and done well, and hopefully he'll do more bank than Space Jam 2, which is basically an IP. Hey, we've got all this stuff. It's like, yeah, but what are you doing with it? I don't care that you've got Danny DeVito's Penguin on the side court just doing this. And that's it. And yeah, and you got the Flintstones next to the gang from Clockwork Orange. That doesn't make sense. It's, yeah, it looked like it was done by AI, which is the main bad guy was the AI, and it's like, yeah, it's just a soulless cash grab, and hopefully it'll do better than that. And that had like a big budget, a big media push, but this one is more of an indie thing of being done by Ketchup Entertainment, who's a more or less indie, really. But I think, yeah, and as I said before, indie's getting up. People want to see these sort of films.
Mm-hmm.
People don't care about like continuations of other stuff. They want to see more stuff, and that's why I'm
exactly.
going to say it. So when's this going to go down in history books of the best feature ever this year? Better than Michael. Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
I don't know. Wow. Coyote vs. Acme will be in cinemas later this year on the 17th of September. Sweet. Exciting. All right, keeping it in the animated adjacent realm, if you will. We've got another trailer for the upcoming Spider Noir series that gives us a better look at Nicolas Cage as B. Riley, the private eye, who also is Spider-Man. Yeah, kind of gives us a look at his world and the characters he's going to be interacting with, and some pretty notable villains, it seems, have been added to the roster. We get glimpses of them in this trailer. The main one that kind of caught my attention was Sandman, because a lot of people go on about Sandman from Spider-Man 3, played wonderfully by Thomas Hayden Church back then. Yeah, I was going to look up a list of villains in Spider Noir, because there was like I saw whole separate articles talking about. But yeah, it looks like, I should point out, Brendan Gleeson is in this. another big tick for this one. He's going to be playing a crime boss called Silvermane. Tombstone's going to be in this one, guys.
Another Tombstone.
Another Tombstone. One antagonist I've not heard of, Megawatt. It is who was apparently a one-off 90s villain. Not really a big rogues gallery contender for Spider-Man. The other notable one is, of course, Black Cat is going to be in this, played by Lee Jun Lee. I think we see her in the trailer, looking pretty spectacular, if I do say so myself. I love these like 30s nightclub scenes. I really, and I know I'm biased and or whatnot, but I want like Smooth Criminal references, like the Smooth Criminal music video references, the short film. It's just,
I can see that.
You get right. Thank you, Fulya. You see the vision.
Yes.
You see the vision.
I say boo.
You say boo.
I say boo to that. Boo.
I've got Michael on the brain. It's fine.
I got nothing to do with it.
But yeah, I don't have too much else to say about this trailer other than it looks really good, and we got a little reminder of you can watch it in black and white, or you can watch it in color, or you can do both, whatever you choose. But yeah, it's so weird seeing Nicolas Cage swinging, like doing the thwip, and yeah, it's great. I'm really looking forward to this. This is gonna be fun. I hope we get him narrating, like how he did in the Into the Spider-Verse, like sort of narrating his life a bit. They've got to be doing that. So we'll see. Yeah, Fulya, what did you think of this trailer? Are you still looking forward to checking this out? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to checking it out. And even after watching the trailer, I am more and more leaning towards keeping it in the black and white. I'm gonna be watching the black and white version for sure. I don't know that I don't know if I'll go back and watch the color version after the fact, but I feel like I'm definitely gonna do the black and white version. It looks like it's just the way it looks and just the vibe it gives off whenever you watch something like that, especially considering it's supposed to be a noir film style kind of a show. So I'm very much looking forward to checking this out. It's just going to be really interesting to see Nicolas Cage in a superhero role. Not seen that one before.
Really? You've never seen Ghost Rider?
No, I've never watched that actually.
Yeah, he's a quasi good guy in that one.
Anti-hero.
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah. Well, he does work for the devil.
No, I haven't watched that, but this will be my first time seeing him in a superhero film. So,
really, you've never seen him in Kick-Ass?
Haven't watched that either.
Oh, okay. I mean, he wasn't really a good guy, bad guy, but he did force his younger daughter to be a vigilante, which is questionable, being a parent. But there you go.
Cool. I am looking forward to Spider-Noir.
Amazing. I'm glad to hear that. Mike, what are your thoughts on this second trailer? How are you feeling about it?
I have seen Kick-Ass and I have seen Daredevil. Anyway, so I have seen him in... And Ghost Rider is actually Marvel as well, so it is his second Marvel sort of thing. Anyway, whatever. Bleh. And he's also Superman as well. There you go. But he didn't really play Superman. He did the voice for Superman in Teen Titans Go, the movie. So he's Superman as well. So dump. There we go. Nerd dump right there. Anyway, yeah, I was a bit skeptical of actually watching this. It's like, I'm already in for it. So what? And I'm actually glad that I watched it because it's it's got more of the story of what's happening, and I kind of like the fact that it's going to be their versions of the Rogues Gallery as well. So that's kind of cool. Like the slightly off kilter, different being set in 1930s noir, and I would assume that there's a voiceover, because if you're doing like a noir sort of style, that is like a key element when it comes to it. There's like like walking down an alleyway in the middle of darkness, they came into my life and that sort of thing. So I can't wait for that sort of stuff. I'll probably settle for the black and white as well. But when watching it, I was a bit hesitant, like seeing the visuals. It looks like maybe it was intentionally going to be color, but they said, well, why don't you do black and white? And it's like, why not both? But watching it, it's like, it would have ticked me over to, this is probably going to be really good if they did film it on film and not digital, because I think there's a little bit of an element that I wanted to see, like grain, like film grain with this, but it was too clear. It was too 4K for me, of it being as like real noir sort of stuff.
Too clean.
Yeah, it's too clean. I can see every freckle. I can see every cringe. I can see every line in people's face.
It's too nice.
It's too nice. It's too. I you know, it's like my Doctor Who, which we'll talk about later. It's like my Doctor Who. I like it a little bit shit. You know what I mean? It's nothing polished. Somewhere where you can see
lower quality, please.
Somewhere where you can see the seams. You know, that sort of thing. It's like yes, this is mean. It's real. It's tangible. It's there. But nevertheless, I'm definitely going to be watching this like day one. And will I watch it? You know what? I might wait until the actual show is finished. I'm not sure if it's going to be a weekly thing or it's going to get dumped. But I'm definitely going to watch it first in black and white, and then I'll probably go back and watch it in color, because you know, like I've got other stuff to watch. Anyway, so when is this coming out, Kendall?
Yes. So Spider Noir is literally a month away. It'll be out on the 27th of May on Prime Video.
Sweet.
Yay.
Yes.
It is a show,
Right.
not a movie, right?
Correct.
Yes.
It's a series.
Yeah, it's a series.
It's a series. Yes.
Can't wait. And I showed the first trailer to my wife, and she's excited too. It's like, oh, that looks pretty cool. It's like, yes, I got her to watch some nerdy shit. Yeah.
Victory.
Now that there's no pit, it's like we can watch this.
Yeah. This will fill the pit-shaped hole in our hearts. It's funny. All right, one last trailer to discuss, and this is a teaser trailer that is actually fucking fantastic. This is for a DCU project coming up. But it's definitely, you know, one of these things is not like the others. This is, of course, Clayface. And full, yeah, you did it, Fulya and Mike. This was an excellent teaser trailer. I loved it, and I mean, I never thought of Clayface as sort of a, you know, a figure for a horror film, even though he definitely has horror vibes to him. Like, you know, the way he was used in Creature Commandos was interesting. You know, because he's kind of a monster, I guess. But I mean, I should have known fucking Mike Flanagan, man, come in and just fucking, yes.
I have an idea.
Yeah, I have an idea. Did I tell you this is something I've always wanted to write? Yes, Mike, we see it. We see your vision. Holy shit. I'm so in. I mean, I was in already, because it's, you know, it's James Gunn produced, Mike Flanagan written. It was directed by James Watkins, who did a film I watched not long ago, and I've fucking forgot the name of it already. Speak No Evil. He did the American remake of Speak No Evil, which is a horror film starring James McAvoy. That was actually the first film me and my partner saw at the cinema together. It was like our third date or something.
Look at you!
Look at us. They get so old. Anyway, so yeah, back to Clayface. It just looks great. This is just really creepy, unsettling. This poor guy has just gone through the ringer. Tom Rhys Harries is the name of the actor playing Clayface. I don't know if I've seen him in anything. He's got a very striking sort of face. He's most known for he was in the Apple TV show Suspicion with Uma Thurman. He was in Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman. He was Ricky September in Doctor Who, if we remember who Ricky September was. The name sounds familiar. It was...
Yes, he Shooty Gut was where everyone was a white supremacist, but we don't find out at the end.
Yeah. He was in that episode.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, so he's been in a few things. English actor by the looks of things, just based on almost everything he's done is an English thing. But yeah, I'm excited for him. This is going to be big for his career, and the effect of the clay and the face and the smudging and the body horror stuff, like this is just the potential for this is just insane. But yeah, this is a beautiful teaser. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep just repeating how beautiful it is because it's just great. So I can't wait to watch this. Fulya, I can't imagine a world in which you're going to watch this based on this trailer. I know you said you were getting into DC projects, and now I'm thinking to myself, whoops, yeah, like this is the wrong time for this movie to come out. If we're getting,
She's disappeared.
Oh, and now she's well. Okay, that's so. I see the joke. I see the joke. Fabulous. She's running away. But our listeners didn't. No, Fulya blanked her screen. What did you think? Maybe from a filmmaking perspective, I don't know. What did you think of this?
I couldn't even look at it at a filmmaking perspective. It was hard to watch for me, and I put it on. I even like pushed my chair back. I didn't want to be close to the screen when I was watching this trailer. I was just like, yeah, I just could not get myself to look at it. So I'm definitely not watching this. I'm sorry.
Hey,
it's
too much. Absolutely fine. Yeah.
The thumbnail already was just and just seeing his face bandaged up, eye bloodshot and just bloody, and I'm like, ugh. No, I'm good.
Fair enough. Mike, what about you? What did you think of Clayface? Are you as excited as I am?
Hi. I love it. It's absolutely what I wanted. It's great. You don't get too much body horror like nowadays. I mean, substance, yeah, but it's ticking all the boxes for me that I really enjoy. A Batman Rogues Gallery villain, a horror, Mike Flanagan, and also a potential otherworld story when it comes to the DCEU because Matt Reeves is producer for it, and the title is big letters and they're red, just like the Batman. So there's a high possibility that this could be their Clayface, because of Creature Commandos. What's his name? Friggin'. He does that. He does those stupid voices. He does Hey Hey in Moana. And
Oh, Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk. Names to faces. He does the voice for. Apparently, he did the voice for Clayface in Creature Commandos as well, and he does the voice for Clayface in the Harley Quinn TV show as well. So that's kind of cool. So I think that's maybe their Clayface, the big bulky thing, and this Clayface is someone different, someone a bit more grounded. So that will be interesting because it would be the first time that the Batman is dealing with a bit more supernatural elements. If it's true, I'm not saying it is, but it's a tentative. Maybe this is true, and then that means they could probably get away with doing villains with because a lot of people were banking for the next Batman villain in the Batman, the Robert Pattinson Batman. Having Mr. Freeze, Victor Freeze, and having that sort of trying to make it to work that something's a bit more grounded in reality and that sort of thing. So I'm very interested in where it's going to go, and maybe hopefully there's going to be more Easter eggs to the Matt Reeves sort of Elseworld, that's what it is. The Elseworld sort of Batman stuff, and then we'll probably get Batman for the DCU, which is coming down the pipeline. Hopefully, with Man About Tomorrow, the second Superman, we'll probably get more concrete evidence if there is a Batman there. Which, yeah. So everything's good for the DCU, but yeah, I don't blame you, Fulya, to not watch it because it's going to be creepy as.
Creepy.
And then if you get into the Matt Reeves Batman thing, then you're going to have to watch Penguin as well. And Penguin is so awesome TV show as well. So you're missing out, man.
Yes, Penguin is fantastic.
So when's Clayface coming out?
Clayface, yes. Clayface will be out later this year as well. Just in time for Halloween. Yeah. It'll be in cinemas on the 22nd of October.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Can't wait for that. All right. It's time for the moment.
Oh, yes.
The segment, the section, the part, the place, the wibbly, the wobbly, the timey, and the wimey. It's time for
Dueling Sonics.
Talking Who, popcorn culture time.
Talking Who. Hey, we're talking Who.
Damn straight we're talking Who, and this is a doozy. It's episode 11 of Series 7, Journey to the Center of the TARDIS. 7-11. We only have like 4 episodes left in Series 7 now, which is exciting for me to think about. I think it's 3 or 4 episodes, and one of them I've already seen, I think, because I think... not to forecast things, but I'm pretty sure Nightmare in Silver was one of the episodes Mike recommended I check out on his like list of must-watch episodes.
Yeah, because you were coming in...
I was coming into the flux and not having a goddamn idea about Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And you were like, well, these are the aliens that are going to be here, and then these are the episodes you need to watch because they're just awesome. And I think Nightmare in Silver is, I'm pretty sure it's the Cybermen from memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the new look of the Cybermen.
Yes.
Yeah.
The new Cybermen look. But yes, we'll be getting there.
But then they reverted back. Sort of.
They sort of changed back. We will be getting there soon, but until then, we have this really interesting episode to talk about. And my overall thoughts. This was a really intense episode, but it was really good. Like I enjoyed it. I was really interested in the story the whole time, and like just the idea of the TARDIS as the setting and the focus of the episode, like something that's very close to home for the Doctor, is always really fascinating. And I like expanding lore and stuff, and I'm so excited to get into the nitty gritty about the TARDIS with you guys, especially Mike in terms of Doctor Who lore. But I'll leave that until we get to the TARDIS topic of discussion. But yeah, it was just really cool to expand so much into the world of the TARDIS, and to kind of develop as well the mystery of Clara storyline. That also kind of happens here too. And then we get to meet these three brothers that are just, running an operation in space and salvaging things and, making money and living their lives. And then and then they have like their own like story. They're not just, decoration. They're there because, they have their characters and they exist and they have a past, and it was pretty fucked up, a little bit. So that's going to be interesting to discuss as well. But yeah, some fascinating concepts in this episode, and I look forward to discussing with you guys. But yeah, really interesting and exciting episode of Doctor Who. Fulya, what did you think of Journey to the Center of the TARDIS overall?
Yeah, it was really good. It was a fun little adventure, bit darker, just because of the idea that the TARDIS is dying or is broken essentially, and then just to kind of see these other characters from this different ship, just like they're obviously brothers. And they've got this whole thing of bringing in whatever they can to salvage scrap from anything that they can find in space. And so they think that the TARDIS is something like that. They can salvage a lot of stuff from it. And it's, and then it just sort of goes downhill from there, I guess. But it was also really cool to venture into the TARDIS a bit more, into the, as they say, the labyrinth of the TARDIS itself. The fact that it's got infinite space on the inside. Like it may be bigger on the inside. It's actually infinite on the inside. There's no end to it.
How long is a piece of string?
Yeah, exactly. I kind of like the way that the Doctor put it. It's like, yeah, well, what was his quote? The way that he phrased it. Have you ever seen a really big spaceship? I think, is that what he said? It was like, have you ever seen a really big spaceship? Well, forget that. This is infinite. There's no end, And
yeah.
I kind of like that description. And it does kind of feel like it, because they just keep running around in circles and circles, but then you kind of figure out, you find out later on why it's happening and what is happening. So it was really cool to sort of see the timey-wimey things of it all, wibbly wobbly and timey-wimey. And that's what I kind of really enjoy about Doctor Who, is just the things that really, even if you think outside the box, it's still not enough. And it's still very mind-bendy to think about. So yeah, I enjoyed this one. It was good. Excellent.
Mike, what about you? How does this episode go for you in terms of like, overall overarching Who related things? Like, where does it stand for you?
It was a nice adventure of it being like a single like adventure. Like, what Doctor Who sort of is what it was and what it sort of still is individual episodes being their individual stories, and they sort of like don't really cross over unless it's a two-parter or anything like that. And within the fandom, this one is particularly interesting because it's sort of a split down the middle of 50-50 if you like it or not. and I'm sort of more on the side of liking it, considering the ending is very well, machina, vox machina, the sort of ending for it, and overall it doesn't really mean anything if you like reset the entire thing, but here nor there. I think this is more part of the Doctor's story into the rest of these episodes leading towards the end, being the 60th anniversary, and his sort of mindset of where he's going, and yeah. So I actually did enjoy it. I think I enjoy it more every time I watch it, because it is what I like about Doctor Who, being a fairly simple story, but more thinky when it comes to like the time travel aspect, because it's different sort of journey within time and what's going on of having the echoes, and it being set basically in one area, except for when the TARDIS gets captured by junkers, and that's pretty cool. And their story being more two-dimensional than we're here for cannon fodder. It's like, no, they're sort of part of the story of what they're dealing with, like secrets and repercussions of those secrets if they do get out, and that sort of thing. So yeah, I really enjoy this episode. How about you?
Yes, well, just to kind of piggyback off that, I kind of want to get into the stuff with the TARDIS up the top, just because I'm most fascinated by this stuff. So I've been watching a lot of Neil deGrasse Tyson lately on YouTube. Like, I've just been really getting into, like, scratching the astronomy bug with him. And then I was watching a video he did about Back to the Future and time travel and stuff. And he pointed out something that I swear to God, I'd never thought of before. I'm sure it's occurred to both of you, but the fact that to have a time traveling machine, it would also need to be a space traveling machine, because the Earth moves. And it is not going to be in the exact same spot as you are now, 30 years ago. Like, if you time travel from where you are right now back 30 years, you'll be in the middle of space. If you don't have also the ability to account for that shift in space. So it's not just time, it's space. And so they did this whole video about, the DeLorean and stuff, and it was really cool. And that just made me think about the TARDIS. The TARDIS is a space-time machine. It has that capability to actually be a legitimately, like, scientifically accurate time travel machine from that, perspective. And I just thought that was really cool. And then thinking about it in this episode, where we see and we learn that it is an infinite space. There is infinite space within the TARDIS. And I'm like, well, of course. Like, of course it's infinite. Like, it's not just bigger on the inside, as you said, Fulya. It's infinite on the inside. Time
and relative dimension in space.
Yeah. Yes, that's what it stands for, right?
Essentially, you are entering a different dimension, and the space in that is completely different to the other one, so it's infinite. Just like the space in the dimension that you're coming from is infinite, the other one is infinite as well.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Well, my first question, you, Mike, because I don't remember anything in New Who talking about the TARDIS being infinite before. Is this something that's ever been touched on in like the expanded Who lore? That's what I was trying to say.
No.
Expanded Who lore, or like in the classic Who. Like, was that ever touched upon?
Yes, there are a couple of like classic Who stories that they've tackled, like going into the TARDIS and where it was going. Some people, there's one companion that sort of is a reluctant traveler, because actually them, Tegan. When Tegan came on board, she was trying to find help, and she entered the TARDIS and she got lost.
Oh.
and then
Wow.
and then she found the console room again. It's like, what's going on? And that sort of thing. But there are stories that tackle like different rooms in the TARDIS and where it is. There's also different console rooms as well, like ones that you want to have a set as well. Like they do make a joke about it in one comic relief sort of story that when the Fifth Doctor when the 10th Doctor was interacting with the Fifth Doctor. So you got Peter Davison and David Tennant sort of interacting, and that was a bit of fun. And the Fifth Doctor said, "You've changed the desktop theme." So because it was really different from when he was a Doctor.
Yeah.
So it is sort of a living, breathing thing that's constantly, well, not constantly expanding, but you can definitely get lost, and you need to remember where you've been, and going on the Neil deGrasse Tyson thing, that would explain, because the Doctor has said, and I'm thinking the Fourth Doctor did say, it's very tricky, these short jumps. So he's only traveling in time, but not in space. So he has to pinpoint the TARDIS in the exact same spot, even though it moves. So that would explain it. So yeah, real life of recontextualizing that line in my head.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
What was your original question? Did I answer it? I can't remember.
You did.
Yeah,
you did. Thank you very much. And then just sort of going into that infinite space, like we see so many different rooms in the TARDIS in this episode. Clara's kind of, as she's trying to figure out how to get back to the main console room or find the Doctor, she's exploring at the same time, and she sees there's a swimming pool in there that looked.
That's
really
a joke.
pretty.
Old as the.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there's always a swimming pool.
Okay.
It's like, and when the Doctor, this Doctor, the 11th Doctor, crash land in front of Amelia as a kid, and it's like, why are you all wet? I landed in the pool.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There's always that joke. It's like there's always a pool. There's always there's multiple tennis courts. It's sort of like a mixed bag. It's basically Mary Poppins' bag of of everything in there. And and there's a library as well.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna get to that, of course. There's also like an observatory in there at one point with a massive telescope to look at. And then there's something called the Eye of Harmony, which seems to be a reference to Classic Who as well.
Yeah.
From what I can see in my little research I did. It's an engineered sun within the TARDIS sort of thing. Is that kind of what it is, I think? I don't know.
A sun going supernova and you're getting the energy from that.
Wild. These Gallifreyans, I tell you.
Stolen technology, apparently. So
okay.
They're smart, but they don't dress well.
Excuse me?
That's his words.
And then, yes, as Mike, you said, one of the most notable rooms that Clara visits is the library. And, she finds a book that's called The History of the Time War that she looks through. And then she finds out the Doctor's name by looking at that, which is like, okay. And then I saw the title of the finale, and I was like, oh, okay. All right, we're going to circle back to that. But the thing that really interests me the most that I found really cool as an idea, a concept, was on one shelf there's this row of glass bottles. Not books, glass bottles, and on them it says that they are the Encyclopedia Gallifreya. And, and she knocks one over, and this gorgeous looking mist sort of floats out, and you hear voices and music and stuff coming from it. I'm like, oh my god, like this is really cool and really exciting. I have no idea what any of it means, but it just conceptually, the idea that the Gallifreyans have like somehow managed to synthesize their history in not into a text to write, but something to, I don't know, experience maybe. I don't know how to put it, but yeah. Yeah.
Saving data space.
Saving data space. Yeah, put it in a bottle.
Bottle it up.
Yeah. But yeah, and then before I hand it over to Fulya, I just will say that I think the TARDIS is terrifying to me. This episode has made me fear the TARDIS. And I love when Doctor Who does horror stuff. But yeah, I'm like, wait a second. Not only do we have this invisible fucking god thing attached to the top of it that no one knows about yet, but there's also just this infinite space. It's like fucking back rooms, but fucking in the TARDIS, you know? Like, it's just...
Well, it's constantly corridors and corridors of
corridors
everything.
and corridors, and like the fact that the TARDIS at will can change everything to like either hinder or help the people within the ship. Yeah, it's kind of, it's cool, but it's scary. So anyway, Fulya, what did you think of the TARDIS in this episode and sort of getting to kind of go into the underbelly of the ship and see some pretty cool things?
Yeah. It was really fascinating to just see all these different spaces within the TARDIS itself. The one thing that something that's been bothering me though, and it happens at the beginning, once they are brought onto the Scrappers ship, and apparently the fumes that are coming out of the TARDIS from the inside is supposed to be poisonous, and so they put on masks to go in. That would have affected Clara if that was the case.
Yeah, they don't really address that
before
again, do they?
before they had extracted all of the smoke. There was one other thing that happened that also has me a little bit miffed, but they didn't really say anything about it, but that's towards the end, so I won't mention it yet. But it was just really, really cool to just see more of the inside of the TARDIS, to sort of get a sense of what's the word I'm looking for? It's just how epically huge it is on the inside.
Yeah.
The awesomeness. Yeah. The fact that they also mention, and we already know this, the TARDIS is alive, and one of the brothers actually senses it too, which is really fascinating, because I'm like wondering how the hell that's even possible if what we find out later on is even something remotely true. But so yeah, it's, I think just in terms of just aesthetically looking at the many different sets that they would have had to make for this to work for this episode is actually really, really cool. And just also kind of plotting it out in terms of their, like, how they're going to be going in and out of these spaces, right? Yeah. There was a lot happening. There was a lot happening in this one. Very big on the inside TARDIS, but yeah, it was still quite fun, very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it? Mike, another big Who question for you.
I'll see if I can answer it.
Yes. Any of the stuff that's referenced within the TARDIS, like, you know, obviously you mentioned the Joker, the swimming pool, which is great. but like, you know, the Eye of Harmony and the observatory, and then of course the library being these like key things that the show mentions. Like, are they obviously that we said that the Eye of Harmony is mentioned in classic Who, but like the library, especially like the significance of the Encyclopedia Gallifreya, and then like the history of the Time War, like that stuff. Like, was this new to New Who, or was this like stuff that had been like referenced in the past, or like what's the connection?
I think there may have always been a library in the TARDIS. The Encyclopedia Gallifreya, I think, is new as well. For instance, and the history of the Time War. Well, considering the Doctor is the last remaining person from the Time War, he would have wrote it. So that's a bit of headcanon. So that would be new as well.
Okay.
And he would be the only one to know. And having Clara read it, and then coincidentally at the end of this episode, it's an alternative timeline, so she doesn't know it now.
Yeah, that's right.
Bit of fun. But the only person who sort of knows, speculatively, is the Doctor, because, I don't know, Time Lord knows all. And he's sort of, but we'll talk about that at the end. The Eye of Harmony is a classic Who thing as well. And it's where, essentially, it's how it's all interconnected with Gallifrey as well. So they do make reference to that as being a power source, but it's also a power source that's sort of connected to Gallifrey as well. So it would be a bit different here because at this present time Gallifrey is no more. And the last official time that we've actually seen it was in the telly movie with Paul McGann. So the Eye of Harmony is in that as well, and that plays a big significance in that story. Anything new? I think that's it. I think, yeah.
Well, was it was it cool for you, like, as a fan, to kind of like watch this episode and like see into the depths of the TARDIS and to see things that have only been referenced once or twice, if at all, before? Like, was it cool as a fan to watch that?
I think so. Trying to think way back when I watched it, and yeah, like that, and also the cloister bell as well when Clara was getting up and you can do. That's throughout Doctor Who, because that's when you know shit's going down. Stuff is going bad when you hear that sound, and the TARDIS is in real big trouble. And when the TARDIS is sort of malfunctioning, scary shit happens.
Yeah. Scary shit indeed. Yes. All right. Well, let's switch course a little bit and talk about the supporting characters that were introduced here, the Van Balen brothers, who are Tricky, Bram, and Gregor. Up top, I just wanted to shout out the fact that Gregor is played by Ashley Walters, and he's been in a lot of British stuff. Most recently, he was in Adolescence. He was Emmy nominated for playing one of the detectives in that show. So I clocked him straight away, and I was like, oh my god, it's baby Ashley.
England is a small island.
England is a small island. Yes, it is. Yeah, he's really good, and he's really good in this episode. Is sort of like each of the brothers as well, like sort of has their own little dynamic and you know, personality that they bring. Like Gregor's clearly the, you know, he comes across as like the oldest and the leader of the three of them. Like he's the one that kind of has the final say, and then Bram's sort of like, you know, the other one of the other brothers that's kind of does what he's told, but also kind of has like, you know, his own agendas. And then Tricky is the one that, you know, is sort of at the crux of their storyline, because like from this first moment we see Tricky on screen, we see like that close up of his eyes doing like, you know, the androidy looking stuff, and we're like, oh, what's up with him? And then he's got the barcode tattooed on his neck. And we don't really see androids too often. Like obviously we see robots a lot in Doctor Who, but androids aren't super common, I don't think, from my experience. But I was like, cool, let's go, let's do this. Like it's a really interesting dynamic to have this, you know, brother who's an android, and what he brings, you know, to the thing.
We haven't seen androids so far, and we still haven't.
We still haven't, exactly.
Yeah. If you think about it.
If you think about it. Yes, I'll get to that in a second. But you know, these guys are just, you know, they're out here just trying to make a buck and run their stuff. And at first I was kind of like, that, you know, well, I mean, we see Bram gets dispatched off pretty quickly by one of those time zombie things. But like, I kind of had a feeling that they were just going to be there for cannon fodder, essentially. Like, you know, these are your red shirts in the episode. Something's going to happen to each of them, and it does. You know, we see it does. Obviously, but like, then obviously there's also more to their story than just you know, them being sort of like the crux of the episode, like the impetus for the story to get going. In terms of like, you know, our conflict. But yeah, I'm of two minds about Tricky not being an android. That reveal, like, it was a really kind of messed up reveal, if I'm honest, because I'm like, that's like, how do you, and the fact that like Gregor was like, it was a joke, like it wasn't, we just kept it going as a joke. I'm like, that is such a cruel joke to play. And honestly, I know the Doctor like kind of told him off at the time, being like, you know, I know what's real here, and you need to tell him because he could die here like this, you know. And I kind of wish the Doctor had laid into him a bit more about it, because that's pretty fucked. Like, because Tricky's just there being like, just cut my arm off, it's fine, I don't need it. It's not going to kill me if you cut my arm off. And then just Gregor's just like, nope, not going to do that. And the Doctor's like, well, you better tell him why. Yeah, I think like it's good that they added a bit more depth to their characters apart from them just existing. But at the same time, like it doesn't really change their fates too much. Like, because whatever, like the part of the, was it the fuel or the engine that was like bursting into rods? I can't remember. Something was combusting. I'm like, I've forgotten. Part of the TARDIS was like combusting and exploding.
The pistons.
And then pistons and all these rods were like bursting through the corridors and like nearly taking everybody out, like it's an Indiana Jones movie. And then Tricky gets hit, but then I'm guessing because it's Doctor Who, there's no blood and we don't see any kind of this is Fulya's bugbear, isn't it? Yep. Good. I will throw to you in 20 seconds then, because it's weird, because don't count, Mike. I'll go over 20. But it's weird because like it's Doctor Who, I guess we don't do blood and gore really. But then like he was just fine. And they didn't really touch on like him having any kind of injury, and the story just keeps going. And so I was like, okay, what are we doing then? Why are we saying he's not an android if we're not going to make it like you know, detrimental to his character's existence by actually having him be a human? So weird story choice, I think. I'm of two minds about it, but on the whole I enjoyed watching the Van Balen brothers, and you know, and now the time's reset, everything's fine, except Tricky doesn't know he's a fucking human. So that's good. Fulia, I'm excited for your thoughts on this. It sounds like you kind of agree with me about this storyline, but what did you think about that and about the Van Balen brothers overall?
Yeah, look, I think for them it was just more of a survival thing, I guess, for what they were doing, trying to find whatever they can in space and make whatever money they can so that they can just continue to survive, essentially. So that was sort of like an interesting layer about them. But yeah, I agree that the joke of Tricky being the android, definitely when that was revealed at the end, I was like, okay, that's just cruel, first of all, for doing that for however long they've been doing it for. But secondly, it didn't really land for me either. It was just one of those kind of moments of like, that's it, really? That was your whole reason for just, you were bored, so you just wanted to call him an android because you changed out his eyes and his voice and gave him a voice box? Like, come on, man. And I guess it's one of those things where I've not known what that kind of feels like, because I never grew up with brothers, so I don't know what that's like in terms of getting teased like that. But it didn't really hit me. For me, it was just more of I was just kind of disappointed with that reveal. I was, okay, fair enough, whatever. But at the same time, yeah, the metal pipe that ends up going through Tricky, it hits him on the left side, his left shoulder. That is very close to the heart. And the fact that they were like, just cut the metal off, and then the next cut to scene was them walking down a corridor and there was nothing. I thought maybe there'd be a part of the pipe still sticking through that he was walking. Maybe they would have somehow bandaged it up or something to cover up the fact that they removed it, but nothing. It just continued on like he was fine and there was nothing wrong and his health was okay. And that definitely bothered me, because that's just, it's just, but at the same time, now that I've also been thinking about it and kind of digesting it, the fact that they had a rift in time also has me thinking, well, maybe this was a different version, I guess, of what happened. Maybe like we saw that, but then we saw, I don't know if that, I don't know, I'm probably making it more than what it really is, but
no, I mean, it's like, I guess we saw just one possible future that did happen, but then was erased from existence because of the time rift that was caused, and then they were able to close the loop, and then none of that ever happened. So, yeah, it is. But like Mike said, it's very Deus Ex Machina. Like, it's very like, oh, that was convenient.
Yeah,
everything's fixed. It's fine.
Yeah.
And the big button, you know, it's just like,
yeah. We
cool.
did our 42 minutes. Let's get lunch.
Basically. Let's lunch. Yeah, cool. Alrighty. Well, I guess I'll throw to Mike then.
Yeah.
Hi. What did you think of the brothers here, and are you feeling sort of similar to us about the android non-android story element? What do you make of it?
I think it was a bit of a cruel thing. Didn't really get resolved. I mean, the excuse was, well, he had an accident, so that, and he forgot who his father was, and thought, oh, it's probably easier if he thought this. Yeah, I think it needed another draft to that, to find something else. And I suppose because the picture that they have of the brothers and the dad wasn't ripped. So therefore, I don't know. Things may have changed because one of the brothers actually decided stop being mean to the android. But still, maybe needs another draft or needed something else to do with that. But yeah, the pipe through the chest. If you've ever done first aid course and that stuff happens, you leave it in there. But this is the future. Maybe they had a special serum that closed up the hole.
What, magic?
No, special serum from the future.
Oh, okay.
It's got
Closes up a giant gaping hole in your shoulder.
Yeah, cool. Nanobots, and they're like little spiders, and they make like little mesh, and then they close it up, and then, or he really was an android, and it didn't really. Maybe
it seemed like he was in a lot of pain.
Well, he had a barcode, and he's got robotic eyes. Maybe he has a robotic torso, and the only thing that's real is his brain and heart. Or his hand, RoboCop rules, because they only need his. The only thing that was real was his brain, lungs, and a hand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This is my head kind of spouting off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense. What can you do?
What can you do? Yeah. All right. Well, let's start to sort of wrap things up a bit with just talking about the Doctor and Clara. I feel like this episode with the Doctor, we got to kind of see like the entire spectrum of the Doctor and his emotional range. Like he was very much like, my ladies and gentlemen, for example, like, the don't mess with a madman vibe, and I'm just like, oh my god, Time Lord Victorious, fuck, and he's just like, I want Clara, I don't give a shit about anything else, we are saving Clara, and then that kind of reveal of like, Clara is the, is it, what was the fucking MacGuffin he was saying that he was going to give them? I can't remember what it was, but
so the group thought that they were going to get the TARDIS, but he meant Clara.
He meant Clara because, like, I think it was something about like a wealth of resources or something like valuable. Like he was putting monetary value on Clara essentially, but not in that sense. More like just to like tell these guys, no, this is what we're looking for, but without telling them it's actually Clara, to try and get them to help. But yeah, he was very like, and then he put the self-destruct thing on, self-destruct in quotations.
So yeah,
he really sold it.
He really did. He really did. And and you're just like, oh Jesus, okay. And now we can't get out of the TARDIS. And the TARDIS is
I will blow this fucking shit up.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, and then everything suddenly's fine, and then he starts being,
his goofy self.
He's goofy, aloofy self with Clara's back, and then everything's just like good, and then everything's shit, and then everything's harrowing, and then like, one of the most interesting scenes was, when they were trying to find the heart of the TARDIS, like they're actually, the Doctor and Clara were going into the core of the TARDIS, and they're on that ledge, that precipice, that rocky ledge, and Clara's like, are we outside? And I'm like, no, we're still in the TARDIS. But the TARDIS is just putting these things in our path to prevent us from getting where we want to go.
Quite literally a firewall without being a firewall.
Yeah. And then, and then like, Oh fuck! I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
No, you are absolutely fine. I had it and it just went. It's 11 o'clock at night. It's late. But no, but basically like they're there and yes, I've got it back. The doctor is like, oh, we're about to die anyway if we can't stop this. So bugger it. I'm just gonna shake you and ask you who the fuck you are. And then like he basically says, I met you this time and you died. I met you this time and you died, and now you're here again. And then like Clara is like visibly terrified, like, and she says like, I'm more scared of you than I am of those things that are running around the TARDIS. But then at the same time she doesn't fully recoil from him, like she has that sweet little moment where she's like, I like, this hug is nice, like I'm scared but this hug is nice, kind of thing. Like, I don't know what's going on. And like, but then the fact that she adamantly communicates to him, right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm just Clara Oswald, and I live in England in the early 2010s, and I'm a governess, and that's it. That's all there is to me. And she has no idea. And then the doctor, believes her, knows she's telling the truth, and then that's gonna add extra stuff. But then of course this all gets forgotten anyway. So now that has me wondering, okay, well, where's the story gonna go? Are we gonna, like, we're not gonna repeat these beats specifically, surely, but we'll come back to them in a different way. I don't know. I'm really curious as to how the writing is gonna handle all of this stuff that kind of happened that doesn't mean anything anymore, because like again we said earlier, like the whole thing with the Clara knowing the doctor's name, and the doctor got so angry when she confronted him about that too, which makes me worried as well. So yeah, but yeah, interesting stuff with the two of them, interesting story stuff, but I just, as for what it means going forward is going to be really interesting, I think. Fulya, what did you make of the Doctor and Clara in this episode?
Yeah, it was well, we kind of start off with them trying to get along with the TARDIS. Like, the Doctor really wants Clara to get along with the TARDIS, and she's adamant that she doesn't really need to, and she's like, it's like you need your approval from your mother before you go out with a girl. And it was the Doctor's first mistake for taking down the shields and putting it into easy mode for her in the first place in order to drive the bloody thing. So he can blame himself for that. But when they get separated is probably the part where I really kind of liked the characters in these episodes a little bit more. But then once the Doctor figures out that he needs to pull her back into the time of where, like, their particular time. That was all really cool as that all sort of panned out. And then as the episode continued on, where they're running around inside the TARDIS, I keep the points where they ended up separating from each other. I'm like, why did you separate? Stay with each other. Don't you know how big this place is? I was yelling at my screen. And then, once they were back together, and then they were running away from the zombies, the time zombies, I guess you want to call them. And it was kind of like this, like, even though the Doctor was yelling at her, I think it was just more out of care and concern, and he just didn't want to see her get hurt. And because, especially considering the companions he's had in the past, and every time he's come across a new companion, he's told him, I'm going to keep you safe. I'm going to keep you safe. I'm going to make sure that you stay alive, and just, you're not going to get hurt or anything like that. I'm here to protect you, kind of a sort of a vibe. That's what the Doctor's been telling each of his companions. But for whatever reason, this specific companion has been boggling his mind a lot more, and he's been trying to figure out why, but he still has that same sort of protective instinct for Clara anyway. So that was a kind of an interesting, I guess, dynamic that he had. The way that he was still he was always still thinking about what was up with Clara, but he was still looking after her, and he making sure that she was okay. So yeah, like seeing him do all that, and they're all like yelling at each other and trying to sort things out and fix the TARDIS in some capacity and find the actual center of the TARDIS, which, by the way, that journey was interesting too. Trying to get there. Yeah, it was an interesting watch, to say the least.
Yes, it's always interesting when it comes to the Doctor and his companion. That's for sure. Yeah. Mike, how did the Doctor and Clara work for you? Like in terms of the the tension between them, in terms of each of them wanting to know more about the other and but then still having to kind of work together, and he wants to save her and stuff and all this. Like how does it all fit together for you?
It is a sort of different dynamic than most companions and Doctor relationships, where Clara is more of the reactionary. It's like, this is fun and what to do now, and just going along with the ride. Where the Doctor has more of an interior motive of actually trying to figure out what is this? What's going on? Why is this person significantly coming back to life? And it's more of a mystery. And I think by the end of this episode, he's sort of softening on to that. We see him at his worst of basically like interrogating her, like basically on the side of a cliff. And I kind of get it that Clara got really terrified. It's like the realization is like, oh, I'm with a nutcase, that sort of thing. And it's kind of good that she doesn't have memory of this, but the Doctor may have as well, because he does say to her, it's like, real question, do you feel safe with me? I think if he didn't have this they call it the aborted timeline aspect, but the Doctor knows because he sees himself and it's like, oh, some shit went down. I need to figure that out. Oh, this is what happened. Okay. And I think he's more softened to Clara's dynamic, that she doesn't really have an interior motive, that it's not going to be a trick. It's not going to be it's not going to be a thing that would a trick on her part. She has no knowledge or nothing, so it's got to be something else. So he can soften to say, okay, I'm along with the ride with her of finding out why. So in future episodes, maybe he will divulge what's been going on with reasons and that. And remember, the Doctor has been stalking her ever since before she was born. So
yeah,
kind of a weird dynamic in a way. I've been stalking you since you were just a leaf in the wind, speaking of Alan Tudyk. Anyway, I know that reference.
Yeah.
Because I watched Firefly. No, I didn't. And
no, you watched Serenity.
No, not even that.
Oh, okay.
I watched Watch Mojo. Anyway, saddest things that happen in fandoms. Anyway, maybe I can't remember. but I do know he dies. But what was I talking about? Yes, Scatterbrain.
The doctor being like a leaf on the wind. Is that what you were saying? Like,
speaking of poles in the chest, in this episode, oh
God,
yeah, and somehow he survives.
Yeah. Who knew?
Maybe Alan Tudyk was a bit of a bitch. Anyway, I don't know. Shut up. Let's get down. Let's get back. So yeah, it is an interesting dynamic.
It is. It is very much. All right. Well, I don't have much more else to say about the episode. You know, the time zombies are really creepy, and it was also kind of terrifying that they were like future versions of themselves wandering around, stalking them. That's pretty fucked up. And like the concept of when Gregor tries to save Tricky from falling into the fire, and then, you know, the doctor's like, no, don't touch him, and the time thing will realign it. So I can't remember the phrasing he used, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That was freaky, and just to see the two of them merge into like, oh, guess we're fucked anyway. And then that like realization that Clara has of, that's me. I'm looking at me.
I'm looking at me.
And that's, yeah, also kind of terrifying.
Oh, I'm a Pompeii monster.
Yeah, Pompeii monster. But then there's also the fact that the doctor knew exactly what those things were. You know, that one brief little moment where he looks at one of them and says, I'm sorry. And you can see that it's not just, I'm sorry, like, I don't know you, I'm sorry. It was very much a heartfelt, I know who you are, I'm sorry. And like, that was, oh, I love when the doctor knows scary things that we don't know. It's kind of fun. But yeah, apart from that, like, yeah, I think I've said everything I need to say about this episode. It was good. It was a good episode. Like, I still enjoyed it. Like, there's a lot of nitpicks, obviously, and a lot of things we've kind of unpacked a bit that may or may not have detract from the overall vibe. But I think still on the surface, it's still a decent episode and a really good lore expansion of Doctor Who. Fulia, your final thoughts on the episode before we wrap up?
Yeah, look, it was I pretty much said what I wanted to say for the whole episode, but it was really good. It really had you thinking a lot, had you kind of on the edge of your seat as well. And then yeah, just sort of really sort of mind-bending things that were happening. And just I'm still surprised at how big this TARDIS is on the inside. there's like they say, it's infinite. There's no end to it. I'm wondering what spaces in the TARDIS we haven't seen yet, and that'd be interesting to also, you know, visually sort of see on the screen. But yeah, overall, it was a good episode.
Yeah, excellent. All right, Mike, your final thoughts. Take us home.
Two things.
Left you say yes.
Yep. I really like the time echoes. It reminds me of an episode from Red Dwarf, where the ship is going light speed. They put the ship in light speed, but all of a sudden there's these future echoes that are coming to you of stuff that's about to happen and what's about to happen, which is pretty cool. And comedy ensued of someone having a one-sided conversation, and then all of a sudden they leave, and then they come back behind them, and then they have the same conversation, but it's all mixed up. No, not mixed up, all synced in.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. And having said that, there's a lot of sound bites from classic Who episodes in this as well. We hear Susan, we hear the Doctor on different incarnations, and I know them all. Anyway, Yeah. What was I about to say? Yes. Future Doctor Who episodes. This is the talk about the Doctor interior and how it's massive and expansive. That concept does come back.
Oh.
In a future episode.
Oh. Okay.
In visual form. See you in, I want to say, 3 episodes. Because we've got Crimson Peak next week.
Nice. I wish. Yes. Crimson something.
Chrism. The Crimson Horror. So I was
Crimson Horror.
pretty much right.
Yes.
And then Silver Nemesis. No, not Silver Nemesis. That's the 7th Doctor episode. Nightmare and Silver. And then...
The Name of the Doctor.
And then Name of the Doctor, which is sort of a loose season finale.
Yes. So 3 episodes left. And then it's 50th anniversary.
And then 50th anniversary, a couple of specials that I want you guys to watch, as well as like an in-between like mini that I want you to see as well.
Yes.
Because
okay.
that was a bit of fun.
Oh, good. Well, I look forward to those when we get there.
I'll send you a link to Daily Motion because they're hard to find.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, thank you very much. I think that's going to do it for us.
Sure.
Yes, we're done. That is Popcorn Culture Talking Who for this week. Our thoughts on Doctor Who Series 7, Episode 11, Journey to the Center of the TARDIS. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Love Doctor Who.
Love Doctor Who. It's so good.
I love my long form seasons because it's the same show for 60 years.
Old school television. We're here for it. All right, that's the podcast for this week. That's the show. We're out of here. A 1, a 2, a 3.
And that
was a
podcast
called Fred.
Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky for the latest Fred content.
If you'd like to listen to Fred the Alien, you can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts.
If you'd like to watch Fred the Alien, you can head on over to youtube.com/Fred the Alien Productions. If you're watching the VOD right now, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified of future streams. And speaking of streams, you're over on Twitch, make sure to give us a follow, twitch.tv/Fred the Alien Twitch.
Woo, you say it better than I did.
Yes. Everybody says it wonderfully. I've been a Kendall Richardson.
I've been a Fulya Cantarmaja.
And I've been the despectable Muggleister.
And
you just
experienced
a podcast
called
Fred.
Remember to eat beef.